This Faceless creator came to me and said that his revenue on his channel was stuck for the last 2 to 3 months. A lot of his videos were ranking, but they weren't getting any views. And so I decided to hop on a 1.5 hour call with this person and break down exactly what's going on. And I actually found a couple of patterns that were super expensive, costing him thousands of dollars per month. And it's also probably the same patterns on your channel that's costing you thousands of dollars per month, not knowing how to implement and fixing your channel correctly. And for those who don't know who I am, my name is Daniel Wang. I am the founder of Search Accelerator, which is a private consulting company for faceless YouTube creators. And we helped over 80 individuals without any previous experience start making money on YouTube. So this video is in no way entertaining, but it holds gems to those who are in the same position who just can't seem to figure out why their channel is not growing. I've added chapters within this video as well to make it as easy as possible for you to navigate to the parts and bits that make the most sense for you to watch. So what I want to do within this call is kind of see a brief overview from my side, and then I'll share my screen and then go into your analytics. I'll send over my email as well. I want you to run me over real quick, like what is it exactly that you need help with the most, you'd feel?
I think just like a general growth thing, because I feel like my growth isn't like, maybe I'm like, what do you call it?
Plateau, do you
Thinking
mean?
too much, but I think it's better to overdo it than
Yeah,
potentially underdo it.
100%. Yes.
So yeah, it's just that by now I feel like I wanted to hit like about $12, $13 days consistently, but just not hitting my goals. And I'd say like the biggest thing is that now that I'm focusing on views, it took me like a solid month
Yeah.
to just get my views up. Like it's been 5K for like a little bit. Like if you go on the view analytics, there's going to be a bit where it's like completely flat.
Right, like this area.
Yeah, so basically whenever I transition, the other thing completely stops. Like before I used to get like a lot of $4 or $5 RPM days.
Yeah.
Now I'm hitting a lot of $2 $3
Right.
RPMs, and my, what do you call it? I think a few of my Monzo videos, one of my Ria videos stopped generating me revenue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that has to do anything with it, but yeah.
Okay, cool. March, April. So it sounds like you can't really do both at the same time. You're just kind of like fluctuating back and forth between focusing on views, focusing on RPM. I feel like one thing which we could potentially look into is the structure of your video, and that could be causing you to get outranked, because there's some channels I'll share with you, like this guy right over here. You've probably seen this guy before, Knowledge Base. Have you seen him before?
Knowledge base, yeah, I saw him 100 times by now.
100 times, yeah, exactly. Like he has videos from years ago, and just he never gets outranked. I think he only has like 2,000 videos total on his channel, but I want to real quick do like a quick comparison between the video intro for yours and his. So I'll just click on like a random one like this one.
What if you had one solution to manage all your payment needs, regardless if you're getting paid in person?
Can you hear this, by the way?
Alright, let's
like the video.
compare Synology.
Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just say it on my side. So.
Alright, let's compare Synology Drive versus Google Drive. Synology Drive.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But when it comes to knowledge base, like I've been studying his intros for a little bit, and what he does is like within the first 13 seconds, he would explain fully on everything you expected with visuals as well as text. And so
in this video, I'll show you how you can change your Discord password.
So he's like, how to change Discord password
if you've forgotten it. So if you go to your...
He says, yeah, how to change your Discord password if you've forgotten it. So 7 seconds in, he starts his intro. I think the reason why, and the biggest difference between channels that don't get outranked versus ones that do, is that he, at the intro, hooks him immediately with visual. This is not a great example, but you'd watch like hundreds of his videos, and his intro is always going to be like the same structure where it visually matches the expectation. There's a Discord right here. It's about changing passwords because 7 seconds in, he's clicking on settings, whereas this one, let's just go to like 8 seconds in or 9 seconds in. I mean, it's a review video, so you can't really do too much about that. So that's completely fine, I feel like. Let me just watch it a little bit longer, actually.
Compare Synology Drive versus Google Drive. Synology Drive, if you're using a Synology NAS, this is your personal cloud. It syncs files across devices.
Okay, we could probably get the not the mic quality, the voiceover quality a little bit better. Do you feel like your voiceover quality or your freelance work is like preventing you from any bigger numbers or like
I
scale?
wouldn't
Okay.
I wouldn't say that
Yeah.
because like I did have like a good freelancer like a while ago that
Yeah.
was kind of inconsistent. It's definitely more topics, I feel.
Yeah.
Because like this guy, a lot of videos he creates, I'm pretty sure it's the guy that does it.
Yes. Yeah.
But a lot of his videos actually rank a lot,
Uh-huh.
right?
His videos rank a lot. That's fine.
But
And you're not getting outrank. Wait,
yeah,
hold
I
on.
feel like the voiceover is really not that bad. Yeah, a majority of my videos I don't get outranked. It's just that when it does rank, it like does not get pull in views a lot of the time.
Right.
Like that's
Okay.
the main. Like I only saw that problem like about 1 month ish, like around beginning of April, I'd say.
Yeah. You know what's absolutely cooked is Jumbin. He told me that his freelancer made the last 150 videos with zero audio. And so that's why none of his videos are ranking. It was just absolutely all cooked. And so that was a huge problem that obviously could be fixable. But with yours, that all that means logically is that the video topics you find don't have a big enough search volume. Do you feel like that's what we're kind of like going into like problem wise? Just there's not lack of search volume.
I mean, that's definitely like something I've been looking at, but like there's a few topics I do wanna show. I feel.
Yeah, yeah. Do
Let
you
me
know
just pull them up.
for sure? Let me also do.
Yeah, I'm just
Have you checked what kind of months and
pardon?
weeks performed the best? Like if you done March, I'm pretty sure you've already done that. But I want to double check that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I pretty like doubled down. Like usually when I like because I track my niches pretty well.
Uh-huh.
So like I don't think that a monthly thing is like usually for doubled and niches,
Yeah.
but I think I doubled down my niches like pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. And you said that you're focusing on views for April, right? The whole month you're just mostly focusing on views.
Yeah, this month and probably next month.
Okay. Is that like what's working best on your channel? Let me just double check here. Do you feel like all the videos are performing and giving you the most revenue? Let me just do that real quick because I'm curious if the majority of your videos paying you the most revenue, especially like last 28 days, have a big RPM. Like right here, your best video right now has a $60 RPM. This one has a $5 RPM. This one's an $11 RPM, and then you have a good mix, I would say. But your number one best video last 28 days is definitely a huge RPM topic, and do you find it easier to get higher RPM videos like this that pays you money or like just super viral potential or something like this? Like which of these two do you feel like you could do more of? Because that's really what's the most important.
That I can't do the RPM videos, but
Yeah.
a lot of time goes into like for example, a lot of the like videos I make,
Yeah.
let's say like that True 3D Glow, I never expected it to have like above a $1 RPM, right? And like even like some business softwares, I
Yeah.
get like very shit RPM, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay. Very interesting. What I would
it's just that RPM, like I know RPM works for my
Yeah.
channel because when I focused on it, that's probably
the best.
like on the mobile app version, like my biggest growth was from I think December to January.
Yeah.
And then no, December to January I had like a small pause. January to February I had a big jump. Right? And that was purely because of revenue. And when I first started my channel, I really focused on RPM.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then now, not only like is it harder to get like RPM topics, it's just that when I focus on RPM, it's harder to like no, even if it's a business software that's generally untapped,
Yeah.
sometimes advertisers are just not paying. So
I would say like in the
I say that's
grand
a big
scheme of
thing.
things, if all you focus on is purely high RPM and then you do that over a long enough period of time, your channel naturally, like I'll show you some examples of channels that I was looking for, but I definitely think that for you, like the switch of going all in on RPM and only RPM like for good, it's not going to pay off within the first week or within the first month, but across the next who knows how long, quarter two, end of quarter two into summer, into then quarter three and quarter four. If you just only go all in on the best of the best RPMs, you're going to get results like tutorial lore. And this is, I've shown this channel a couple of times in the coaching calls, you'd probably notice that, but he's actually one of my buddies, and he literally just takes, he doesn't even do like a search bar autofill method. What he does is he goes onto the iPhone App Store, and then he looks for apps specifically only within financial niches and just anything that has and makes sense to have a super high or ridiculous RPM, and then he would just do review videos on it. Because what we find is any applications, when you just type in the word specifically, like Zip Recruiter as a random example, review is always one of the only ones that ever pops up. And so he's almost like a review video rather than a tutorial channel. I don't know why he says tutorial lore. This channel with purely high RPM reviews, it's not even pulling that many views, but it's getting like a $9 RPM across the entire channel as a whole. 15,000. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but day to day he gets like maybe 1,000 views only, and it's very, very, very easy to get 1,000 views per day or 2,000 views per day if you just upload for long enough. But if you then get eventually like a $10 RPM across your whole channel like this guy, and then eventually you build it up to a $15 RPM, like views will always compound, like that 1-to-1 ratio when you have like, let's say 1,000 videos uploaded and then you have 1,000 videos per day. That's super possible. Anyone can do that. Not anyone, though, can get a $10 RPM, and that's also what I've been noticing on, Brian's channel, right? This guy, Brian. Yeah, he gets like a $9 or $8 RPM across his channels as well, and he's printing a good amount of money, especially how recently he started, and he doesn't ever focus on views. Like, if you just consistently do, like, for example, this one, I was looking over some of his videos as well. 55 views in 11 days is one of his outlier topics. Not too bad whatsoever. But this application, I've never heard of it before. It definitely has potential. It's an American finance exchange and prediction market based in Manhattan, New York. You can't get much more high of an RPM than this thing, because it's literally some sort of market prediction software based in New York, like the middle of US. And then especially if it gets good views, and then if it's like to a degree has some level of untappedness, you could probably do like a review video or any sort of videos on it. Like, the views are quite great for this one, and you'd find like a lot of higher RPM topics. Like, sure, there is some that is completely cooked with no volume, like CRMs or some other random ones, either super saturated or no view potential. But when you dig deep and just purely focus on only RPM, and then you only have a list of competitor channels that have only RPM, you're gonna eventually find stuff like this, or like stuff like this, where it has decent view potential. You can easily get to like 2,000 to 3,000 views per day off of like a $10 RPM, and then that will be probably the most efficient, easiest way to then get to like those $30 days and then 1K months. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. Also, there's a few other reasons why I decided to go for views.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Right?
Yes. Why?
Actually, one, I've been researching for like about a month, right? Might be a little bit crazy, but the first reason is that I want to focus on like channel like authority a bit.
Yeah.
Because there's like a lot of channels that like I have that like have a decent amount of views, but I want to have enough views where I can 100% outrank them.
Right.
And especially in those high volume topics, or not high volume, the high RPM topics. The second reason is I think it's just best if I share my screen right now.
For sure, yeah.
Right? Is it okay if I go on like a tangent here?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't care at all whatsoever.
Okay. Hold up. Yeah. So something I've been working on for a while is basically the like scam finder and thing. Basically, hold up, let me actually pull one video.
Bet.
SPV. Oops. This, okay. Pretty sure. Not this one. Basically the main thing is that I'm pretty sure that Scam Finder and a lot of like channels like him work off the Google search bar instead of the YouTube search bar.
Yeah.
Right? And because a lot of his topics, like if you plug it into the search bar, you'll never get review. So actually I have a channel that does it pretty good.
So like all external traffic, right, is what you're saying, Google search related?
Yeah, basically 100% Google search, and yeah, that's also a big reason why my True Beauty Glow also a thing, and I'm doing a few other face masks.
Yeah. And they're all from external traffic, like
Yeah,
not YouTube search, right?
yeah, all from external traffic. So
Interesting. Task pay
like
review.
this one, I think.
Yeah.
uh, This one's a bad one, but there should be a few.
Yeah, no,
Or
I get what you're
majority
saying.
of these ones, so
Are they okay? I'm curious to say, what's like the evergreen potential of? Because what I notice is a lot of the review based videos are more towards products or things in general that aren't exactly evergreen, which means that if you were to go the review based route, you could thrive in it. You'll just have to constantly keep on finding new applications and posting. So it'd be like a less. Do you how much would you say on your channel? Like how long does the average review rank for? If you just give a rough
from
estimate.
when my earlier tests, like all the way, like I think 3 months ago, check my drops video, not like this SPV drops,
Yeah.
but it should be like Munja or Majorna,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Those are both, and then my True Beauty Glow, like those still rank with
Oh,
a
shoot.
decent RPM.
Sick.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this one still ranks. This one is still, and like I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, so it shows the same line as Evergreen,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Same for my Majerna drops, right?
Fire.
And then if you check like the other channels, it has the same, like this one not so much, but
Still got
it's kind
400
of
views.
like just
Yeah.
still increases,
Uh-huh.
right? And also a few for these videos, right?
Exposed queue.
So I think it does have Evergreen, and like I feel like the only way to try it, the only way to figure out,
Yeah.
is to actually like do a few videos,
Go all in. Yeah.
right? And like this one, like a lot of like Honest Check, Mango School, like they all have very similar
Do you
like
know?
types of videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know
And
roughly?
usually,
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
basically it'll have no to like one, maybe like in the search, right?
Yeah.
And 100%, most of it comes from like when you search it and then go on to videos,
You'll see
right?
that. Yeah. Yeah.
It shows their videos, so it's still kind of like a search, except
sense.
it's through like
Google search.
Evergreen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's through like Google instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
And then you see here, like compared to YouTube, right? There you only get one search from this, but with the exact same thing, you have how to use review customer reports, right? And like a lot of just things on the same product,
Yeah.
and all of these have like a good view potential. And I find like that's another big reason why I jumped from 5K from like a few weeks ago, and then when I pumped those videos out, which was like 2 weeks ago, those videos started ranking.
Sick.
Another bunny one, right?
Yeah.
So wait, hold up. So bunny.
Drops bunny.
Yeah, this one, right? It's the same thing, right? So this one doesn't even have a review on the end.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting like this one does have a little bit of browse, but
is it mostly
like,
external?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure for this one mostly external, right? But I'm pretty confident it'll still continue growing up since it's only like 10 days old, right?
Right.
And like I see it with a lot of my other videos that do get like this external traffic through this method.
Yeah.
Because you don't get anything from this, but you get like reviews, UK.
Yeah.
Like you get a
100%.
lot from the
Google
YouTube
search.
the Google search bar instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to try that out. So that's why I also switched to views.
Yeah. That's very
Right?
interesting. Yeah.
I might just be on to nothing, but I feel like if I'm able to figure out this method, then yeah. And also another big thing is that they all connect to the three similar websites. I noted over here. So yeah, these three websites: Trustpilot, Scam Advisor, and Malware Tips.
Yes.
Right? These three websites, there's like if you search a majority of their websites and products that they review,
Yeah.
it all links back to these three websites. So I feel like they're really like
Easy
have
to
their own method of searching, which works for them.
Yeah. Got you.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at Scam Finder and anything, it does show like an evergreen chart. So I think it might be evergreen, but like
It
the
should
only way
be.
I'll know is if I try it myself.
What I would do is go onto Social Blade. If you want to go to Social Blade, or I could do it. Actually, let me just do that real quick. Social. Am I sharing my screen still?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, sweet. What's it called? Scam Finder was the channel. Or let me just actually go here. Scam Finder. Yeah, you can
There's
usually
Scam
see...
Finder, which is like the main guy, I think, and then
Yeah.
there's like DIV Legits. There's a few other ones I have recorded.
Yeah, yeah. So do you plan to like kind of shift your channel into almost like a review based kind of like this style of content? Because it definitely has potential. I feel it definitely shows like it would work.
100%. Right now, I'm testing the waters, right? Seeing what works, what doesn't, if I'm onto nothing or not.
I don't think,
right?
yeah, it definitely makes sense. Okay, so this is what the graph looks like. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it does seem like yeah, like it's getting about 200,000 views per month pretty damn consistently. So it does have a degree of evergreenness, like what you said earlier. So I definitely think it would work. And I've tried like Google search videos in the past, but I'm not sure if I just didn't have a big enough sample size or if my thing or if my just like applications in general weren't as good, but they didn't end up getting much views like long-term wise. I think it depends on the specific video topic and obviously like the application, but I would say like a good amount of your videos should rank in Google search and then get you external views, which will be like a nice extra angle of views compared to just YouTube search only. So that could definitely, I could see that working out for sure. Have you created groups of just purely external based traffic Google search videos?
Right now, I didn't, but I do like whenever I topic research, I do put it on this sheet.
Yeah.
So like from a month from now, I'm planning to just put this all in a group and figure it out.
Fire.
But some of them are on the Trello, some of them are like still like in the process of getting ranked. Right? So I'm trying to put like 50 to 60 videos.
Yeah.
Like this month. And then like end of like May, I'm gonna check back to see if it's like all correct and stuff. If it is, then that's good. If it's not, then I wasted my time.
For the videos in April though, when you say that you're focusing on views, are they all review based content or is it just like random videos with viewed potential? Because I noticed they're all like a whole ton of how to.
A lot of difference. So like I've been just doubling down on whatever gets views instead of RPM. Right? Like usually before I'd go for like the high RPM topics with a decent amount of views. Right? And only if a video gets like a good amount of views, I'd like consider it.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just I'm still doing like if anything's a decent RPM, like $15-$20 plus.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll definitely like look into it, do it. But now I'm looking into more like the niches for views, right?
Yeah.
So for example, I've been looking into note-taking apps. I've been looking into a lot of like software development end.
Sick.
Right? So kind of like the OS systems, kind of like AI apps for coding, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Basically stuff like that.
Yeah, makes sense. So look, I'm looking through your videos in January. Let me think here. videos. So what I would say for you is right now, if you double down on, not double down, but you continue doing what you just showed me, because I think that definitely has potential with external traffic as well as the review scammer legit kind of based content style. But also, if you just also on top of that kind of content, do what Brian and Richard is doing, though they both have a degree of untapped and RPM within all their videos. So build up a big RPM background, and then also when it comes to view potential, do it as like the review based content, because I know review based content from your channel also has a pretty good RPM as well. What I don't want you to do though is kind of like what AZ Digital is doing, because like that's a great idea for building up views, starting off, getting off the ground, but channel authority kind of helps only when you're getting views in that specific realm. So if you're trying to get channel authority basically for higher RPM content later down the line or review based content, you're better off to make videos specifically about that niche rather than getting views from a gaming video as an example, because all that does is build authority towards that specific niche. Like if I were to get 10 million subscribers off of Indian shorts and then start posting gaming, or not gaming, like high RPM content, I don't have much channel authority, if any, because all my channel authority or all my viewership is completely different, and the shorts viewerships, does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing much game. Like I actually don't do like any gaming content.
Yeah.
Like I think I made like 5
Yeah,
topics probably this whole month on games.
Far.
Just more like unique things that have a untapped high views. Like kind of like exactly what Richard's doing.
Yeah.
Really high like view potential in like a niche that's generally not done, right?
Yeah.
So for example, Obsidian until like a month, 2 months ago, it was really untapped. I did a few videos on it, Richard did, right? And it's insanely good for views, and it has a decent RPM too. And that's, I guess, a decent RPM is kind of like a byproduct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I'm not trying to just build up nonsensical, just like random.
That's good.
Just random authority.
Yeah.
I am actually trying to like build an authority in the space, like kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah.
So most of my videos, I do believe it would, like if I were to translate to business softwares, it would still work. Most of my videos are like OS systems, right? Basically untapped high views, right? And you're never going to get that with gaming content.
Yeah. You mean untapped high RPM or untapped high views? Or both? Or just anything?
Untapped high views, but like I never get like a cents RPM. It's always like $1 to $2 RPM.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes 5+.
Yeah.
It's more like note-taking apps. Like I'll show you the niches I'm working off of right now.
Let's look.
Right? Am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so like ERPs, gym memberships, Google Drive.
Yeah.
Like an AI app, monitor reviews. Right? This one's like Linkvertise, right?
Yeah.
Rust is I think like Ubuntu or a programming language.
Right.
And then these 3 I just got from last call.
Dollar Tub, nice.
I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah, I've seen those couple. Yeah, and Lloyd's have like a crazy good RPM as well. Lloyd's just goes crazy. And have you doubled down much on Lloyd's? Or
yeah, so Lloyd's?
Yeah.
Lloyd TV?
Yeah, or just like anything Lloyd's. Yeah, Lloyd's TV, Lloyd's bank account, those Lloyd's in general just has a really good RPM.
I'm just waiting to see like how
the review stuff.
Yeah, I do know that I did do I only did 1 topic, so yeah, I have to just make topics about it. That's why these are niches I have to work on. These are the niches I already done.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
sense. Yeah, these are the ones I never did already, and these are the ones it's a lot, but yeah.
What do the colors mean? Like blue, green, yellow?
Oh, okay. Just makes sense for me. Basically, orange means like a group is already made, right? But like I want to do more topics in it.
Yeah.
Yellow means like the group is made, but it's only been like a day or 2 since like the videos are made.
Yeah.
So then in the brackets is like when like it's like a month, or if I think like it's worth it, like a month and a half, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So that's when I check up on it again whenever the date comes by. And then these ones, like, I don't use that really much, but it's just like ones that it's like okay, but there's not much topics to do. Like, there's nothing much more I can do about it.
Yeah.
But like, it's not really that good, but it's not bad. So I just keep it there in case it changes.
Yeah.
And then these ones are basically, yeah, it's on my Trello board, right? Like for example, DocMost.
Yeah.
Right, it's on my Trello board, but like I'm waiting for the videos to be like uploaded or something.
Makes sense. What I want to do actually for yours is see what have you like broken down and broken it down to like the most profitable niches and seeing which ones has the highest RPM, which one pays you the most dollars, because if not, I want to do that real quick and just to see what really works, like, and break it down to
I
numbers.
do have a list of like my highest things. So InShot is nothing, but YouTube TV, Slack, Monzo, Verizon, Ria,
Damn.
and then yeah, I just have a whole thing.
Got you. Okay, that's quite cool.
Some of them are slowly older. Like
Yeah.
some of these are before I discovered how to make groups. So
Yeah.
like I think something that should have a group is Monzo.
Monzo?
Monzo probably has a group.
Sick. Let me just see what Ria looks like. Save. Yeah, you have a good amount of Ria videos, and your best video literally is Ria. Let me see what that looks like. And you said that your other really good one was, I forgot, Monzo's.
Some of them might be skewed. Some of them might be skewed because I've been trying to double down. So some of the videos might not like be good.
Holy crap, dude! Your Ria.
Ria, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
I know for a fact is good objectively for my channel.
Yeah. Ria's sick. Hold on a second. $40 RPM. All of your videos that are ranking are getting insanely good numbers in terms of RPM. It's super profitable as well. $72 off of 10 videos, and these 10 videos alone probably cost you like no more than $20. So this is definitely something.
Videos cost me $12.
That's crazy. Yeah, so that, like, dude, you could literally rip out one Ria video every single day. Because I remember back in the day, I did like 3 Temu videos a day for 2 months. And then I just did like an obscene amount. And although, like, sure, when you increase your volume by that much, you're going to have a lot of videos that don't end up ranking when it comes to Ria. But this is like a clear indicator that all of your Ria videos basically are doing good. You could just completely rinse, not exactly like only Ria topics now, but you can just make 1 a day or 2 a day for the next couple of weeks, and that will help a lot, like actually a lot. So Ria, let me just calculate numbers real quick. So $40 RPM. I want to share this with you, but Ria 40 RPM, and then also I want to calculate it based off of $72 for 10 videos, and so that's about, I don't know, 7.2 per video. So we're gonna do like rough average of dollars you make per video for specific groups and niches. That makes sense, to see like what is most profitable. And then what were some of the other ones that you said?
Monzo.
You have a group for that? I think you probably do. Yeah, Monzo. Sick. 16. Is this 100%. All your
quick question. Question.
Yes.
If you can, I really want to know, because Ria, I feel like I did every topic I can.
Yeah.
On it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just does not is there anything else I can make about Ria? Like, for example, I don't want to, like, if it's good, I'll go into something that's saturated, but like I tried it with Linkvertise, I tried it with a few other niches. Mm-hmm. If I go into something that's saturated, even though I rank a little bit higher, right, I still generally won't make the same amount of revenue if I did a less tap topic. So let's say I'd wanted to do 1 topic a day on Ria.
Yeah.
How would I make more Ria money? Like, how would I make more topics on Ria?
I feel like there's a good amount of Ria videos that still have like autofills that you can look into. Are you like 100% confident you took all of the autofills for Ria?
All the ones that are like barely tapped. Right? Like all the ones that I know I can do good in.
Okay.
Like, for example, this one I wouldn't do.
Really?
Right?
Okay, that's interesting. I would personally say, now that you have a good amount of Rhea videos, like, sure, this one is like a hit or miss, right? But Johnny Harrison, I think this might even be someone in our server. I'm not too sure. But 300 views in the last month. Again, if assuming it has like a $20 RPM, this video already made an ROI. I think what was it? Hard Jazz
Wait,
literally video. Yeah. Go ahead.
For that Johnson guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have like a crazy amount of like views? Because that's what I find. Like a lot of these smaller channels that like do good on like saturated niches have insane amount of like views.
He's not printing in views.
Like entire views.
4,000 views in a month. Yeah, this is a very, very small channel authority guy, which is crazy. 4,000 views. 97.
What's the total number of views?
Let me check that. 4,900, bruh.
Oh, okay, then yeah. How is this guy ranking?
Good topic, probably. Good topic. No like supply for it. I feel like, let me actually count up the supply. Like this one is how to send money transfer. Looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's actually a good amount of supply. You've actually made. Oh wait, hold on. Download Rhea money transfer app. Receive. This is like different topic now. So then there's like, like send one. Yeah, there's like a handful, and everything else is Rhea related, but it's not exactly the actual thing word for word, which makes sense. How to become Rhea money transfer agent. Yeah, slightly different as well. You could literally just take all of the applications within Rhea, because sure, not all videos are going to do good, but it's definitely one of your more profitable niches that will give you and yield you a better ROI than a lot of other applications, I would say. But to answer your question in terms of like, once you figure out and basically took all the good stuff for a specific application like Rhea, like Trevor Nace or Guide Realm, they literally made every possible video when it comes to Instagram, but all they do is they just double down and kind of retitle it differently, or they make a new updated version of it. And until you've done it to the point where it absolutely like just straight up doesn't work, and your last like 5 to 10 videos just didn't rank, that's kind of when you know when to stop. But usually like it will still yield you to a degree a good level of return and a good level of ROI. So you could basically just take whatever has worked very well and then just retitle the topic slightly differently, if that makes any sense, and give that a shot. Don't go all in on just doubling down.
Isn't that just doubling down? Or?
Essentially, yeah, it is just doubling down. Doubling down, but how do I say it? Doubling down, but also just, yeah, basically just doubling down. I think there's definitely
the problem is like, I'll try it with Rhea 100%. Like, yeah, there's no thing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think I'm like doing it correctly then, because like I feel like a lot of people, I've seen Richard even do it, like John Bin, like the biggest guy I've seen, right? They all double down like on everything, but every time I try to double down, instantly like no views.
Interesting. When you
right? Like, and I'd retitle it, like I can't find an exact video.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I would retitle it a little bit, like let's say if it's like how to download Rhea Agent, I'd say like, I don't know, download Rhea Agent, like how to, or how to correctly download Rhea Agent, and then if it's a software or something, but like I think it's probably like an external software, so I'd probably add something at the end.
Okay. I'm trying to find Flipsy's channel. Yeah. That does make sense. I think what could be the reason why is when you double down, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you have like the same thumbnail format when you double down?
Yeah, I use the same thing. Like I use like the same 3 thumbnails apart from like some tests I sometimes do, but apart from that, same thumbnails.
Okay. So
should it be different?
I would say when you start to double down, try, because you haven't tried yet, make the thumbnails a different variant in a different format, so that way when upon first impressions, viewers see that it doesn't look like the exact same video on the exact same channel. It looks like a completely different and new video, which they would probably then have a much higher chance of clicking on, and obviously still doing just as good. Because Flipsy, I'm trying to find his how to egg channel. I can't find it, but when he doubles down, like he has either a slightly different variation or like a completely different background change, and that could be the reason why your doubling down videos aren't exactly, because what I also notice is like whenever I double down and then the same freelancer with the same format makes it doesn't really do as good, but then the other freelancer that I have with a completely different like blue background makes it same topic, still it just gets views again. So viewers then think, they don't look at the channel logo or name, they just look at the thumbnail. If it's like completely different, they think it's a different channel. Boom, click-through rate goes to the roof. You should help. That should help a ton with doubling down. So give that a shot.
100%.
Yeah. Let me go back to the channel. Monzo, $22 RPM, $66, 24 videos. So yeah, Monzo, it's like about $3 per video, I think, if I do math correctly. So Monzo is still pretty solid for sure. But like what you said, you took basically all the topics there is for Monzo. But what you can do now is like all these topics that did very, very good. Let me sort this by, yeah, that's fine. The last 5 videos as an example, or not even the last 5. Like honestly, these two are quite good. These 3. This one did quite good. You could probably do this topic again, and then obviously just have this kind of background for it, and then for these ones have the phone background, or just have a completely new variant that has worked. Have you tried any other thumbnail variants on your channel?
I'd say like every month I try newer thumbnails. Like I replace one of my old thumbnails with like a newer one, see if that works.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, then I replace it. But ever since I did like, what do you call it? Those verses, like the purple and then
stuff.
like 3 different color verses.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Those have definitely been my best thumbnails so far.
Yeah. Yeah. What I actually want you to try is like, this video is like your extreme outlier. Make this topic again, but then with this style thumbnail, like the face one, and then have another faceless one, but not exactly with the phone. So like maybe if you look at Toby Richard's channel, or maybe even like this style, but fine, you can even just go through like any channels that we have in SA, whatever kind of thumbnail looks good and bright and bold, even maybe like Quick and Easy or AZ Digital, that thumbnail format works so well. Like Flipsy copies it word for word, or format for format. You could give that a shot as well, and make like 4 different thumbnail variants for the same topic, and then re-upload those. Obviously have a slightly different video as well, and at least like 1 or 2 of the 4 would like hit again. So give that a shot. I think that would be sick for your channel. Monzo, 22 RPM, about $3 per video.
Promo codes, the next 3 is promo codes, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. That's
Sick.
What finds good on my channel.
Yeah, that's actually interesting, because when I think about DoorDash, Uber Eats, or those, it's like more of the saturated topics that a lot of channels have done, but you seem to actually thrive in a lot of these quote-unquote, like, Monzo, Lloyd's, all these are actually like very, let me check out Lloyd's, actually. Have you done a lot of Lloyd's videos?
Like, I only have 1 video in Lloyd's, I think, or none. I think it's on my
Yeah, you have
to
one.
be posted.
Right here, Chromecast Lloyd TV.
Yeah, I do wanna do more, because I think that video did well. I'm not sure.
Chromecast.
Right?
Yeah, let me just double check. Can't spell, holy crap. Lloyd's, there we go.
But yeah, I saw like a lot of untapped topics. So like today, tomorrow, I'm gonna probably do Lloyd.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Sick. 100%. Yeah, there's too early still to make any judgment. But definitely Lloyd's is good. It's actually surprising how you're doing good in like the saturated field. So like, let me check out, you said DoorDash and Uber Eats. Was it those?
Yeah.
Create new group. Bruh. Wait, have you made a group in Uber? It doesn't seem like you have.
Just try Uber. Just try Uber.
Sick. Let me try that.
I might not, but
Yeah, I don't think
no.
so.
Okay, yeah, because these are older before I discovered the thing, so I would
Right.
have to list them down on a separate doc and then search
That's
each one individually
So cooked.
to see if like these videos were good.
Yeah. Yeah. Groups are like a life hack. I still do them quite often, but I don't know why.
It saved me so much time.
Yeah. Okay, it seems like actually Uber Eats isn't as profitable. I'm sorting it by revenue and views. So this is actually good to know. It does have like a decent RPM, but the last 8, have you only made 8 videos on Uber Eats? No way.
Yeah, because it's super saturated.
Right. Let me just like do these ones as well. But yeah, not too much Uber videos. So that tells me that don't double down on Uber Eats. That seems like it's very good. Let me also try YouTube TV. You said that YouTube TV works in terms of RPM. Does it work with like just overall revenue?
I just know, I think I made a good amount of like revenue. And like a lot of my averages are like kind of skewed because I do tests.
Yeah.
I do a lot of tests, so like some of them don't go well.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah,
tests?
you can tell that YouTube TV probably worked.
Yeah. There's a really good amount of volume for it.
No, like I just have like, yeah. If you look at my screen, I just have a ton of tests that I like to track. Just random stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense. Sick. Cool. YouTube TV, 30 different video topics. What the hell? You made 79 cents from 30 different IDs. Are these all of them? There's probably not all of them.
Is it really it?
That's
I
very
remember
interesting.
it being like much better.
Yeah, you should. I don't think these are probably then all of them. Let me just actually go to edit group again. YouTube. Do you do it as YTT?
Yeah, it only shows no, it only shows like the top 50
Probably.
or top 30, I think. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
like yeah.
Oh no, it should show if there's more.
It says videos in group 30 of 500. Wait, do you have 500 total videos? Probably.
No, I think that's how much you can keep in a group.
Probably.
No,
yeah.
I know that most of my YouTube TV does like
work.
have a decent amount of revenue.
That's
pretty sure.
Let me actually just go to last 90 days. Is there any like YouTube TV I see up here? You have a lot of Monzo, a lot of Ria. Those are like your obvious ones to double down on. IPTV, that one, not as good. That's actually very interesting. I don't see any YouTube TV videos. Let me just type it in here actually. YouTube TV.
Okay, then I might be wrong about that then. Damn.
That's very interesting to know. Let's see here. This is a random video I just chose. Add payment method. 1 view. Okay, I think I'm not too sure. Actually, let me try this. Let me go on to YouTube tab. And then I just type in how to let me type in this part actually. YouTube TV. And let me see like your most popular stuff. Bruh, let me see here. Interesting. I can't find any videos related to yours about YouTube TV. That's really good to know then. It doesn't seem like YouTube TV is... Are you... Okay, I'm not sure if this is just like my side is glitching the hell out, but have you remembered any YouTube videos making like a significant amount of money?
Definitely back in January. Definitely back like January, like earlier. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that it did.
Yeah. I'm about to say like that's like a really weird. Let me try this. Publish date. But maybe like it just like it worked back then and then now it hasn't been working as good. That could be something. Let me just double check here.
Yeah, because back then like $1 seemed huge too. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't see any YouTube. I see a lot of Monzo. I see like different applications that we went over that seem to be working good, but I can't see a single YouTube TV that worked good. So, anyways, I think that would be a good sign though. Like, although it might have worked in the past, maybe just YouTube TV wouldn't be something for us to continuously go down into. Do you still post a lot of other sort of TV videos that we could maybe look into? So let me just type in here.
I've tried different ones, right? I think Apple TV. Hold on, let me just see. So I've made Apple TV, Sling TV.
Yeah.
Hulu Live TV. Oh no, Hulu Live TV is not that good. Yeah, Sling TV. I think these are like newer. Yeah, they are.
Newer. Interesting. Oh yeah, Apple TV is a no-go as well. I think TV in general is just cooked. At least from what I see in these analytics. 59 cents last 28 days. It doesn't seem anywhere near profitable compared to like Rio. Like this one's insanely good.
Yeah.
content videos. Let me see.
Yeah, I know Ria's my number one. Ria, Monzo, Sylvia. Yeah, also something else is like Sylvia did really well, or Salvia, I'm not sure how it is. It did really well on my channel.
Yeah.
But like there's no topics on it.
Salvia. That's what I've noticed for this other thing called.
There's no groups on it. This one only has like 3 videos, so I didn't make a group on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should be like a blue thing.
How do
I think it's SELLV.
Right.
That one.
One video. Yeah, when it comes to something like that, like it's difficult to double down on because there's not a whole lot of topics. So that's just like something that's like nice, but I probably wouldn't focus or like go all in on that. Ria is definitely going to be something like you have to look into more. I would say that would be a big changer, as well as like the reviews thing that you showed in the start. Novels AI, because also one thing I've noticed is like Noah, he's like, I don't know why he never shares any of his analytics, but he's like low-key printing. I think he's doing like $50 days. Skillcraft AI, and then his channel is solely just AI related content, and that's what worked well for him because he's been doing that at the start, and then he just keeps on making the same videos. Even like he has a couple of Suno AI videos that just absolutely ripped. Let me see here. Yeah, he literally still is only specifically AI content, and so he's built up like a huge channel authority within this gray area, and any AI related content would work well for him. For you, you could definitely do that for review content. Like you could literally low-key make your channel almost into like a mini skill scam finder or whatever that channel is called, and then also in the back end build up really high RPM topics or just any topics that you find that are untapped and has good potential to get revenue. Because like at the end of the day, if it's even high RPM and low views or low RPM high views, as long as it's untapped and then you have like a good freelancer, that video long term will still be very, very good. Like if you're the first person to capitalize on something, it will do good. So review topics, a lot of Ria videos. You could also work off of this channel. How many views he's getting per month? 277,000. So he's getting about like a $5 or $6 RPM. I also know he does a lot of like 8-minute videos that ends up ranking like crazy. Let me see here. How often do you use competitor channels to find topics?
To find topics, never. Only niches. I never use competitor channels like to find topics.
Right. Sick. Tony's how-tos. 300 views in a single day. That's actually really good. So yeah, like this video, Refusion AI music generator, they crushed it in views. RPM would probably be decent. It's a 13-minute video, so it could be stretched to like a long-form content, and it seems like he's doubled down on it quite a bit. Okay, that's very interesting actually. When he doubled down, obviously this one did nowhere near as good as this one, but it's the same exact thumbnail format, which just tells me that, okay, the topic and the application itself is that good. Same thing as this one. If he like changed it to like this kind of style or like just a completely different one, like for example even in this tiny channel, maybe you could make a video about Refusion AI music, whatever. All these different based thumbnails, they all do good. Like look at all these views are actually sick. I'm just curious to see what the RPM is like on that. So you could also explore like the AI niche. Have you explored with AI niches and like AI topics before?
Definitely, they're pretty thing. Like I think I probably have like a ChatGPT group.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know like ChatGPT, Grok, DeepSeek. Now I'm doing like Replit, Cursor, and like a ton of other AIs.
Yeah.
So I know that just AIs are just pretty good views, and like they're almost about $5 RPM. I wouldn't say like they're amazing RPM, but like definitely like solid, like $3 to $8 is what I usually get.
Yeah. Because I noticed Noah, a lot of other channels that are so small, like that Refusion one, like all the competitor channels, all the videos, even tiny minuscule ones with terrible ass thumbnails were ranking and doing good in views. So I would assume that's more towards like views. The RPM isn't terrible whatsoever. It's like it's not a $1 RPM. It's like between $2 to like $6. So the RPM is definitely solid. You could look into that a lot. So I want you to try and look into AI topics, super heavy potential. Maybe use competitor channels for application.
Also something I just thought about right now is, should I double down with 8-minute videos? Like, you know, my Ria videos that like are pretty untapped.
Yeah.
Should I just make an 8-minute video about it?
You could, yeah.
Because I feel like
100%.
that's what.
Yes. I would make an 8-minute video.
Because that'll
for
be a
this one.
different thing.
It wouldn't be really a different
Yeah.
thing. It would be kind of the same thing, but if it worked well, and then you do like the thumbnail hack or a change in the thumbnail, and then you just stretch it longer. Let's just say it gets like 1/3 of the views, but then the RPM would be like 3 times higher, and it would still do very, very good. So it wouldn't be necessarily a different thing, but it would still do good, if that makes any sense. And if you were to do it as an 8-minute video, it would be best to, like, if you made that video, because then it's 100% profit margins and you can get it done super quickly, and then the quality would also be very, very good. But if you could also just get your freelancer to do it, if you're too lazy to do it, you could also do that as well. Give that a shot, because that's also what Noah does.
My 8-minute freelancer is... I think my 8-minute freelancer is pretty good because she's my best voiceover.
Yeah. Best
right?
voiceover.
And yeah, I do make the thumbnails by hand. I do custom make all my 8-minute videos thumbnails.
Okay, solid. Yeah, I'm looking through like last 28 days versus last 7 days. I do notice, yeah, your views definitely went up, and then your RPM went down slightly. Is there any changes? Yeah, I noticed that. Hold on a second. Is there any videos in here that weren't in 28 days that are now in 7? Like this one, get payment receipt in Monzo.
I think...
Right?
Wait.
Yeah.
I think I also have a get payment receipt in Ria. I might want to work off that.
Definitely. Yeah, get payment receipt from, and then just remove that shit. Let me actually try that. Get payment receipt. Whoops. Yeah, that's definitely like a good application to go into, because it's like payment related. Bro. That's a good amount of like data to work with. This is like very, very raw. Ria works, Monzo works. Yeah, I think we had a good idea now of like what's already working. Just I'm not too sure how it would look like, so definitely test out the Google search as well as the review-based content, because that is external traffic, right? Have you made groups for that? For review scam videos?
No, not yet. I just have like topics on my Trello.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, that one's different. That one's completely different.
Uh-huh.
But I just have topics like in a group in like a Google Doc.
Yeah.
Like one day, like next month, I'm just gonna add all of that into a group.
Sick. Okay. Cool. I still think for your channel, like it would be very, very good for you to keep up. Like I don't want you to stop RPM, because RPM is what will really make your channel print in the next coming months. And all the biggest, best channels, like all the ones that are printing really good money, all have a solid RPM. Like if you go to look at Trevor Nace Guide Realm, they're getting so many good views, but they have a $1 RPM, which is not really as good. So does that kind of make sense? I want you to do like these ones, the Ria videos, the Monzo videos. Probably remove these ones. Like these are like the biggest takeaways I would say for now. You don't really need to do new freelancer. Oh yeah, and then obviously test a lot of the Google search applications. Do you just type in the applications on Google and then you look at the autofills? Is that like what the strategy is?
I look at the 3 websites, right? See what cross references, because like it's kind of like weird. Okay, so the 3 websites work off external reviews, and whatever has the most reviews,
yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Look at the product in the Google search, right? See if there's about like 5 or more.
Yeah.
Topics relating to the topic in Google search.
Right.
Right. Then I take the topics from the Google search.
Yeah.
Put it onto YouTube to see if it's taken or not. If it's taken, I don't do it. If it's not taken, then I do it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a heavy process.
Yeah, that's definitely like a very interesting process to say the least. But give that a shot, because obviously it seems like it works on Scam Finder, which is like a big takeaway. No one really is doing that as well, I noticed. Also, that reminds me, I'm not sure if this is something that you would be able to pull off, but if you do, you've heard of George Laziev, right?
Yeah.
He's doing book reviews a ton, and there's probably a reason why he's doubling down on it a lot, because he's been doing this for so long now. Book reviews are like the ultra hack for higher RPM because it's like super hard English novel. You have to be first world and you have to be somewhat like old because kids hate reading nowadays. It's 2025. You would literally get the highest RPM, and I genuinely think this is one of the most blue ocean things because other than George Laziev, I've never seen any other search-based channels do book reviews. So I'm not sure exactly how you'd be able to outsource it. If you find the right freelancer, you could probably pull it off. But if you do, like the views are insanely good, like 300 views in a month, 200 views in a month. It depends on the topic, obviously, but then the RPM will also be like ridiculous. So that could be something that you look into as well, book reviews. I told that to a couple people, not actually a whole ton, but definitely a lot of potential within book reviews.
I really wanted, like, I had that book review for like a while now, right? The thing is, right now, there's a few things I want to do. So first, I want to focus on this Google search thing.
Yeah.
One thing is that after this channel gets profitable, which is about $12 to $13,
Yeah.
right? I am going to pay a freelancer about $3, $4 for videos to do strictly IRL content.
And by IRL content,
So like
do
they're
you
gonna
mean
have
like
their
George
camera, they're
Laziev?
gonna thing.
Kind of like George Laziev, right?
Yeah, except it's gonna be a freelancer doing it. Cause
Yeah, of course.
if I have like 20, 30 videos like coming in a day,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah. IRL videos, basically not like IRL tutorials, not like how to fix a car, but just like IRL recording of the video, right?
Yeah, basically like it's gonna be like review and like some how-tos, right?
Yeah.
Right, but it's basically gonna just be like a recording.
Yeah.
About them, and then they're gonna talk, and then and of course it's gonna be a much better voiceover, and then much better like just quality in general.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna have this on like my back end of the YouTube channel, and then I'm like any extra funding is gonna go into just doing it, right?
Yeah. George Laziev.
The main thing is because I just want to have that comfortability that that I can still like pay it off.
Yeah. 100%.
In case that
Yeah.
if I do it right now, I don't have the money to do that right now. So if I just wait a little bit until I hit $15 days, which I think I'm pretty close, like I'm edging it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I hit $12 days, 11, 10 for a little bit consistent, then it dropped.
Yeah.
Now today, I got a lot of views today.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna hit. And then I think hopefully end of next month should be thing, right?
Yeah.
And then hopefully from end of next month I'll hire the freelancer and mix RRL content.
Yeah. Sweet. I'm just wrapping it up here. I feel okay. So basically, this is the summary and rundown of. I think that's a really great plan. Literally, all you have to do now is double down with your best applications but different thumbnails. So, different thumbs for both Rhea and Monzo. We're gonna stop doing YouTube TV or just any TV in general. Any TV in general, because it worked well maybe in the past, but not anymore. Try a lot of AI topics if you want to look into Noah stuff. And like again, I really think you can hit $15 days, scale way past that into like $50 days with a really, really high RPM. So continue focusing on super high RPM applications. Look at Tutorial Lore, Brian's channel, any other big channels that just have a really high RPM. And also that's going to be for later. So we'll probably just scoot that down to the bottom. This was that phrase that worked super well, right? So literally take all the applications. One thing I noticed is like volume sometimes actually helps when the phrase is good. And so although not every single application would be super good, you can still take it anyways. Well actually it depends, but yeah, do a lot more of payment receipts from XYZ, Tesla, Google search applications with the review based content. I think this is a good rule of thumb for you to like really scale your channel, because I want you at this point to do everything with intention rather than like randomness, if that makes any sense, because we know what works, we know what doesn't work, and every move from here will just have to be maximizing your intention, and it has to make sense. And this all the stuff here definitely I see makes a lot of sense. One more small thing is probably just to look more into groups and figuring out what doesn't become profitable, because anything that we're pouring money into that doesn't yield an ROI wouldn't be worth it. So you probably have a couple of other niches that you might think is working but actually isn't, like YouTube TV. So I want you to look into that to eliminate all niches that actually isn't profitable in the present. Cool.
Yeah, that's a big thing, because back in the day, $2 were like massive. Like that's like that's like triple my revenue on a $1 day.
Right.
Like now, I think I consistently gotta go back into my backlog of groups and then double check my groups 100%.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, run up groups big time. We know what exactly we have to do now. This should help a ton. So yeah, check back on that Google Docs. Is there anything else you want me to review, or we know kind of what we have to do from here? Today was a good day. $10 day. Nice.
Nice. That $11 day. That's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like just what would be like the most optimal freelancer thing? Cause low-key right now, I'm just having one freelancer like putting up 3-digit numbers every single week.
Yeah.
So like this month itself, he created like 500 videos.
What the bro?
Right, and my other freelancers are doing like 20 weeks.
Damn. But that's your best freelancer, right?
Best, but the thing is, his accent's not really good.
Right. If the accent isn't great, I mean, that's one thing though. Like, accents are quite big long-term wise. One thing I noticed is how too simple. His freelancer is shit. Like, he has the worst. It's not like terrible, but like the mic quality, it's nowhere near as good as what it could be, but he still ranks and does good. So I think especially when you build up like authority, it would matter a little bit less. But if you have like a small brand new channel and just nothing's working, then it's really optimal to have a good voiceover. For yours, that's completely fine for now, but definitely like what you said, once you hit $15 to $20 days, invest in like a freelancer that has super top of the notch voiceovers with good editing. Like if you look at knowledge base, you look at all these huge channels that never get outranked. If you can get your video quality to go up to that. Also, this is a different channel. I'm just like yapping right now, but there's this channel I saw this morning. It was called Make Money Anthony. And he prints off, he's like one of the OG YouTube search Evergreen creators. And his quality is quite decent in terms of like, he has like a face cam. So he kind of does like my style of my personal brand YouTube videos. And he just goes over the tutorial. So it's basically the standard idea, but also just with a face cam. If you get something like this, then I genuinely think that's like the top of the top quality for search-based content. You can't really get much better than this. Maybe George Laziev content could do good as well, but once you get to like a $15, $20 day, easy money, just go into like a freelancer like this. That will help a ton with your so then that way your freelancer side would be optimal, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. And then it's really just going to be like the best of the best topics that makes the most sense. So highest RPMs, even maybe saturated stuff when you have more authority. But yeah, to answer your question, this would be like the best of the best freelancer style. This for George.
By the way, I know I do have a tendency of like scamming my freelancers, but do you think I can get somebody like that for like $3?
You could, yeah. Like my freelancer, she's right here. She makes the videos with the IRL intro for me for 2.5 Canadian. So I think that's like less than $2 US still. So it's still cheaper than Kareem. You just have to play around with onlinejobs.ph. I might actually will just create a third account sometime soon because both accounts are maxed. And then when it's so cooked. But I'll probably rip that soon. And then be one of the first people to create a job post, and you could probably get one for like do the trick that you always do, like literally like Canadian dollars maybe, and then set it as like $50 a week for 10 videos a day or whatever it is, like the freaking famousing tricks, and then you'd be able to find one that would be able to get the job done. Probably literally like the same standard rate of like $1.5. Very possible.
Okay. Just one last thing. How's your channel doing? Because right now, what I'm doing is like, if I'm on pace to like your channel or beating it,
yeah,
I feel like that's okay. So what's your channel looking like? I just want to know because I'm comparing my channel to yours.
Yeah, let me find it. I'm actually like, let me take a look at it. So it's very, very interesting. The last like 48 to 72 hours, we had a really weird spike that just went down. But if I go to analytics, we hit like, let me go here. We hit like a $17 day and then like a $14 day, and then now it's back down to $8. And that was very interesting to see because when I go to the last 7 days, the top earning videos are all connected Thrustmaster. And then if I click on a random one, like it didn't even have an increase in views. It was just the revenue went absurd and the RPM jumped to like, let me see, 24 to 25. I don't know if I should double down on it because it did good and then just died out instantly. So I don't think I will double down on it, but yeah, like a $300 RPM for 6 views. And it was for all of my Thrustmaster videos. So that's definitely not, I don't think, a long-term thing. It was just something weird happened with advertising. But it's doing about roughly $8 days quite consistently, I would say. $70 last 7 days. Definitely not in the RPM racket that I would look for, that I would expect. So I'd probably have to make a shift somewhere with that. Let me think here. Yeah, definitely gonna be like a RPM thing that I have to make a sense. Because like right now we're getting, let me switch to the last 365 days. This is what views look like. Crazy spike here really recently, and then views have been quite slow the last couple of months. Revenue looks slightly better. It was all good up until like around here, and then it kind of stagnated between $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. And then we just hit this day for whatever reason. So it's definitely growing, just nowhere near the pace that I would expect it to be, especially with the RPM. Because like look at this, last 90 days, $2.65 last 28 days, $2.75 last 7 days. It's like going up by like increments of 10 cents, which is like cooked. So that's definitely my biggest bottleneck to sum up. Yeah. Interesting, right? Any questions? Anything you want to share?
Oh, sorry. I was talking while that.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I think it's same thing that's happening to me and you is like a month I'll do like the same exact revenue and then I'll have a huge increase, and the next month I'll do the same exact revenue.
Yeah.
Anyways, is my channel like up to par? Like, would you say like is it on track?
Yeah, I would.
Or like
I would say we don't ever want to be comfortable and content with it. So I wouldn't say it's failing by any means, but there's definitely a lot of improvement that we could do. Like, for example, I like to compare it to like some of the top people at the moment. If you look at Richard's channel, if you look at Brian's channel, they're growing at a pretty good pace. So if you could figure out a way to implement exactly the growth that they're finding, but in your own angle, which would be the reviews, the RIA, the thumbnail change, all these different things that we just talked about, that would help you get to that kind of pace. Because if you're scaling up to like whatever Richard's like 5x monthly revenue, if you could somehow figure out a way to get even just like 3x revenue for next month or 2x revenue, that would be a lot better. And I think that we want to thrive for a faster rate of growth without increasing volume. And that would just basically, to summarize, make every move as intentional as possible, and it has to make a lot of sense. What Richard's strategy is purely untapped reviews, and that's just what works well for his.
Untapped topics, yeah.
Yeah, purely untapped reviews. You could look into that, but I don't know. I feel like he's already doing that kind of, and then if anything, you'd probably just like see his channel already ranking for all of them. You could try it though and see how that kind of works out.
100%. Like, I think my last few videos that are doing good are like software or basically something that I would normally do a how-to on, except it would be a versus, and it's like purely on top. Like Richard Way, like I talked to Richard, like hopped on call with him.
Yeah.
His way of topic researching is basically he would check the niche itself, and I implemented that. It's really good. So I've been stuck at 5K since like and now like 2-3 weeks I jumped all the way to like 6.5K, and it's still like increasing.
Sick views, right?
So I'd say like Yeah, views. Yeah, Richard Way is like insane way of getting views.
Yeah, yeah.
And like my RPM did drop, but I think that's just because like Q2, maybe tariffs, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Core
Because I
two
find like
terrorists.
even my top videos, like Rhea used to be like a consistent 100,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like all my other videos. So I think that's a general RPM drop, not because
Not because of your
maybe
channel.
something I did. I'm not sure.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like everyone's experiencing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, I think it's better to just assume it's me, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's better to
Take responsibility.
overdo it than underdo it. But
100%. Yeah, yeah. That's good though that like you hopped on the call
so
with
yeah,
Richard. That's quite sick. And then obviously implementing the same
what
kind of
does
strategy.
Brian do? Like, I'm really confused. What does Brian do? Because Brian's like how I did my channel early on.
Yeah.
Like get like no views at all, but an insane RPM, like $5-6.
Yeah.
Like RPM consistently.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Right?
not too
But
sure.
Brian gets like 9-10 with only 1K. Like I only had like I think 3K, and I was still doing RPM, but like I don't know how he did. It's like an insane RPM, and it's not like a big channel where you can just outrank smaller like saturated niches.
Yeah.
So I really don't know how Brian does it. Do you know how he does it?
He said and he mentioned it some time ago. He uses this weird software that I forgot the name of, and then he finds very, very like never heard of before applications. Like the one of the examples, I'll send it in the chat, was I think I already sent it before, but I'll just send it in DMs. It was called This, and all he does is he takes very, very hyper specific, like never done before. So he doesn't really find like higher PM generic stuff, but super angled stuff that no one has ever done. And he finds it not from the search bar. So I probably, if you go through our server and then you just type in like, let me just try it right now actually. Search accelerator.
Wait, and also, before I forget, you mentioned something that like a guy you knew, like, or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
something K tutorials or K thing. He used the Google Play, like he used like an app store to find like good apps.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he found
tutorial lore.
Yeah. How does he get his high RPM?
He gets his higher RPM just off of like if you go to his channel actually, he only takes apps. So they're not actually softwares, they're just all apps that makes sense to have RPM. And then I asked him like how he found his topics. It's all just literally like I think what he does is hold on, I actually DM'd him. Should I just show it? I'm not sure where I DM'd it on, but he essentially goes to App Store on Apple and then he types in like financial applications or something. Let me try it because I've actually not too sure how he does it. So he goes like this. And then he finds things with less than 10 million installs or 10 million downloads. So like this, financial apps. Maybe something like that. I don't know why it's giving me calculator.
I'll share your screen if you're.
Oh shoot! Appreciate you telling me that. 1 second. Entire screen. Boom. Okay. Not Zoom. App Store. Can you see this? My App Store.
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So he goes to here and then he takes I think like these random apps that he would just find and then look at how many reviews it has. This one has how many reviews does it have? How do I even check that? I'm not too sure. But then he checks it and then if it has like less than 10 million and then more than a million, then it has like search volume. It makes sense. It's like a million reviews on it, but then there's not a whole ton of like saturation. So then he would just take that specific, for example, whatever this Max AI financial mobile app, and then he would just make straight up tutorials about it. So I want to actually take this and then just paste it in here. So then you could like check out his applications and work off of it. But most popular, he used to do like view-based stuff, and then he moved and switched into only high RPM. And yeah, this channel has like an $8 or $9 RPM. Pretty sure it's like a $9 RPM across everything. He gets about 1,000 views per day, I think, somewhere along the lines of that. But that's still easy $9 to $10 off of brain dead, super easy, just high RPM only. And don't do the Shopify
only
stuff.
1,000 views per day?
Yeah, 1,000 views per day, probably a little bit more. I'm not too sure around that area because
yeah, because
yeah, 15,000 views.
That's a lot of That's a lot of views.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but when he showed me his last 48 hours, it was around 2,000 per 48. So somewhere around there. Don't take obviously the stuff that wouldn't work, but like step banking app. Never heard of that before. This probably has like a $10 RPM. It's just banking video, another trust banking video. He does a lot of like just only high RPM stuff. So yeah, whatever this means as well, I've never heard of. Whenever you see something that you've never heard of before, and then it sounds high RPM, this is a mobile application, credit health, and manage their finances. Yeah, financial related. So you could even use like ChatGPT, give me credit health based applications, and then work off of that. It's also like a business service company. So some good fluff words would be like business, credit. Was it credit health that he had in here? What was that? Yeah, credit health, insurance, real estate, software. What did I work off of? Let me see if I can find what I worked off of. Maybe here. Today I didn't even find that many topics, so let me double check. Hide.
Oh, what was that limit? He said you said under 10 million, above 1 million?
Yeah, under 10 million reviews or installs, and then over 1 million reviews / installs. Yeah, I looked into Verizon financing as well as Google Analytics, which is going to be higher RPM. Let me see, what else can I find? Multinational data broker and consumer credit reporting company. Data broker, that sounds sus. But that other one what was it? That's Brian looked into, Kalshi. Like this app is an American financial exchange and prediction market. Okay, let me just toss that in here as well. Boom. Look into all of these. American financial exchange, prediction market, credit, health insurance. Yeah, all these are super insanely high RPMs.
Okay. So I just want to know just the way right now how I'm going.
Yeah.
I sent you my niches document. Can you just check that? See if my niches that I'm currently doing right now, right? If they're good or not. Like if I'm researching into the correct niches.
These ones or which ones?
Can you share your screen again?
Yeah. Let me see here. Share screen, entire screen. Bet. Hide. Yeah, which ones? Like these ones? Or?
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay,
so I feel like a lot of these could be high RPM.
Yeah, I would say so as well. What I do see is like a lot of things that have been existing and done like last 2 years, like Paramount Plus. I've seen a lot of channels do that. Same thing with these ones, but stuff like Grok or whatever this is, you could look into. So like, let's try this one, Codium. I've never really heard of that.
Oh, Podium, I did like a ton of topics. It's really untapped.
Yeah, that's sick. Oh shoot, yeah, this is quite good as well. You like literally, you probably already did this topic. So these niches look very sick. I would probably just I wouldn't remove a whole ton actually. I feel like a lot of these are good. Maybe Paramount because like yes, it has good RPM. Like I've seen that so many times now. But other than that, it's like keep all of these. I think you're definitely doing a good job with the niche research and topic research as well. Brawl Stars. What does the blue mean?
The blue is like mid topics, like it might change, might not.
Right, yeah. I would say that like because like right now we just have to leverage what makes the most sense. I would probably not do any of these three. How to watch, that's okay. You could definitely experiment and try these other ones here. Chime depends on what works. Like if Chime works on your channel, definitely makes sense. But these three
Chime, it has like an insane RPM, but I get like 1 view a day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about like
same as mine. Yeah, Chime is
60,
like
60 plus.
Yeah, Chime is cooked. But yeah, I think we definitely have like these are pretty solid niches to go into, and to some like these are gonna be what makes the most sense for your channel. So looping back, look into business, credit, health, insurance, real estate software, American financial exchange, and prediction market. Sounds just $100 RPM. So look into that. That's what Brian kind of worked off of. But yeah.
Oh, what's Brian's channel? I just might look at his channel. Low-key.
Find it. Let me type in here.
I usually don't copy. Like, I really look into the methods.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, AZ Digital. Type in here. And also type in the chat.
I mean, me looking into the methods is what got me into the, like, what do you call it? Scam finder.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole, whatever that is.
Yeah, but take a look at this one, Fix Then That. You can take a look at some of his niches as well to kind of see what he is working off of. Yeah, let me just see that. Perfect. Sick. Yeah, I think we definitely have a good game plan now of what we have to do. Yeah, do you have any last questions?
No, just thank you. And this was recorded, right?
Yeah.
Or was it not? I'm not sure.
No, yeah, it was recorded. I'm probably gonna blur out a lot of things. I'll get my editor to fix that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm just making sure so I'm not surprised if I see you on if I see myself on your channel.
Nah, yeah. I got this whole thing. It's probably like over an hour of footage, but we'll probably blur out what's necessary or just keep it raw. We'll see what makes the most sense. But yeah, I think that would be it. Let me also go ahead and remove myself from the channel. Boom, boom, boom. Settings. Yeah, we definitely built up like a super solid game plan now of what we have to do over the next few weeks and months. If you then get to like $20 days and then you implement that new kind of freelancer role in, then we maxed out on the freelancer aspect of things. And then after that, it will literally just be a snowball effect. But you have anything else to add?
100%.
Manage permissions.
I don't know.
Easy stuff. Yeah. User removed. Perfect. Cool. Let me just refresh this page actually. Okay, fire. Yeah, I don't think I have access to it anymore, but let me know if all this makes sense. You can take your time to go over this kind of sheet, and then if you have any other last questions, you just like shoot me a text or whatever. But very, very solid call. Yeah, we know what to implement. We know what to work on. You ready to rock and roll over the next few weeks? Implement everything?
100%. Like, I think this summer, rolling into Q3, hopefully I can get that pop-up phase.
Exactly. We're gonna hit that $50 a day and then $100 a day this year. It's crazy because like once you get to like $25 to $30 days, that's like literally the hardest part. Like getting from $0 to like $20 is harder than from like $20 to $50, and then $50 to $100 is like super easy. So it's just really gonna get easier from here after we implement a couple of small changes.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you so much for helping this call.
Yeah, 100%, brother. All right, speak to me. I'll speak to you soon then. Let's get to work then. All right?
All right. See you, man.
Oh, yeah. Peace. Bye-bye.